I touched my dad while he was about to hurt him, and it was so funny it worked. My sister Ava was off limits. That wasn't a discussion. It was law in our house, according to Dad. When she turned 13, she already had boys from school calling our house, and he'd answer with, "She's not available until she's 30. My brother Tom and I fell in line naturally. We'd been through the teenage guy phase ourselves, so we knew exactly what went through their heads. So when Ava started high school, we all watched her like hawks. We'd always make sure no guys were bothering her at school. Dad kept a baseball bat by the front door, for emergencies, for whenever Ava mentioned a boy's name. We weren't crazy, just protective. When Ava was 15, some senior asked her to prom. The three of us dropped her off at his house at 10 p.m. just to introduce ourselves. He ended up staying home that night. Ava cried for a week, but we told her we were just keeping her safe. Then out of nowhere, she had a boyfriend, Jackson. Ava brought him home for Thanksgiving. She gave us exactly 12 hours notice, probably hoping we wouldn't have time to prepare. She was wrong. When Jackson arrived, he was everything we expected. Clean cut, nervous, kept calling Dad sir out of respect. We circled him like sharks. Tom crushed his hand during the handshake, holding on 3 seconds too long. I asked him about his intentions while flipping a kitchen knife between my fingers. Dad just sat there, silent, occasionally glancing at the baseball bat. Jackson stuttered through dinner, dropped his fork twice. This one would break easy, but then something shifted. By dessert, Jackson had stopped stuttering. When Tom made another comment about protecting what's ours, Jackson just nodded and said, "I'd expect nothing less. She's lucky to have you all." When I tried to corner him about his career prospects, he calmly explained his 5-year plan, then asked about mine. Even Dad's silence didn't rattle him anymore. He just sat there, occasionally touching Ava's hand under the table like we weren't 3 large men plotting his demise. I could tell Dad didn't like this at all. Who did this kid think he was? We talked in the garage while Ava showed him her old room. He's not scared yet. We need to do more. For 3 days, we made Jackson's life hell. Tom would accidentally wake him up at 5 a.m. with his workout music. I took him on a hiking trip that was basically a death march through the woods, hoping he'd tap out. Dad made him help rebuild the deck in freezing weather, giving him the wrong tools on purpose. But Jackson just kept showing up, kept smiling, kept holding Ava's hand. By day 4, we were furious. On his last night, Ava ran to the store for ice cream, leaving Jackson alone with us. This was it. We all walked up to him, surrounding his chair. Tom cracked his knuckles. I crossed my arms. Dad loomed over him, all 6'3" of angry father. We could tell he was nervous. Finally, a real reaction. We stared him down, hoping he'd crack, but then Jackson did something none of us expected. He stood up slowly, looked Dad straight in the eye, reached out